Maybe from this angle you can see how nice my hair looks. Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth, hello. Welcome to my video on how to make your own clip-in extensions, DIY style. They're gonna look super good and they cost super nothing. This is one video in a series of videos all about extensions. We're covering how to make them, how to put them in, how to style them, how to wash them, how to take care of them, how to store them, how to do all those things. All right, so if you wanna learn how to make your own extensions and them actually look good so you don't look like a trashy person with cheap, trashy extensions, stick around, I'm gonna show you how to do it. They're gonna look great, you're gonna look good, everyone's gonna look good. I promise you that. Let's just dive right in. Okay, so here are all the extensions that I've made and dyed. I got 7 pieces and 1 long piece here. They're styled from earlier and they just need to be washed, but I'm gonna show you how to do that in a separate video. All of the measurements for the extensions or the widths of each individual piece, they're all listed in the description box. So if you want to make the same size as me, you can. So here are the 2 medium-sized pieces. They both have 3 clips. The one on the left is 4.5 inches wide and the one on the right is 5.5 inches wide. You can make them the same size if you want. It's probably easier. I just chose to make them this size because I tend to wear the 4.5 inch piece at the base of my hairline at the nape of my neck where it's more narrow. And the one on the right, I tend to wear just a few inches above that where it's a bit wider. But again, no rules here. And then I've got 5 of these little guys, singles, as some folks call them. They range from 2 to 2.5 inches wide. You can do a lot of different things with these. In another video, I'm gonna show you how to put all of these in. Links in the description box for everything. And this is my super long piece. It's about 9 inches wide and it has 4 clips. You can use more clips if you want. I know some people like to use 5 and they'll put one here in the middle so that they feel like they have a little bit more security. The reason that I chose to use 4 clips is because sometimes I'll wear this with a ponytail or styled in a long braid, and I feel like with 4 clips I can do more things with it, create more looks. It's really convenient. Otherwise, I usually just clip it in across the back of my head in a U shape, more or less from ear to ear. In the interest of saving you guys time, the way I put together this one piece is the same way I put together all of them. So this is the piece that we're gonna reassemble. Let's get to it. But first I wanna show you this little leftover piece of weft that I had from before. I just want you to see what a brand new weft looks like when you first buy it. It's one long row of hair that's all sewn together at the top, and it's pretty sturdy too. It's magically held together. It won't fray, even when you cut through the weft, like we're gonna do here in a minute. And see how thin it is? This is the reason why you double it. Each clip-in we make is gonna have 2 rows of hair. If you make clip-ins with just 1 row, like what's the point? As you heard me rant earlier, when you're buying your weft, it's super important that you're choosing one that matches the texture of your hair. So if you have fine hair and you want more volume, you definitely have to double it or you're just wasting your time. And the same is true if you want extra length. Otherwise, it's gonna look like you got some string bane hair with your stringy ends. So each clip-in that we make is gonna have 2 rows of hair and it's gonna look amazing. So here's all the stuff you're gonna need. Obviously, item number 1 is a weft, and then you're gonna need some scissors, get some real sharp ones so you can cut through the top of the weft. And if you wanna get some measuring tape, that's fine, it's really not necessary. You're definitely gonna need clips. You can get them at the same place that you get your weft at, and a needle and thread. God knows where I found Braun, but I got it. Now here's the deal with the clips. These are the clips that I bought from a while ago. They come in lots of different colors. These are leftover blonde ones from before. They've got 4 holes. The rubber side touches the hair. This side touches your head. You open them like this, you slide the teeth down into your hair, and then you snap them back, and they just stay in place. Here we go. I took all the old clips off the long piece that we're gonna reassemble. Again, notice how thin it is when it's not doubled. So there are a lot of different techniques for assembling your extensions. One that really bugs me is when people sew 2 rows of hair to each other across the top. They'll just sew it straight across the top and make 1 thick row of hair and then attach that to the clips. I do not recommend doing that, especially if you have fine hair, because if you do sew the rows together, it's not gonna lay flat on your head. You're gonna have this bulge and the rest of your hair won't be able to camouflage it. People won't think you're wearing extensions, they're gonna think you're wearing a hat. So instead, we're gonna lay the 2 rows of hair on top of each other like this. See how much thinner it is? All right? All right. So for the sake of this example, I'm just gonna make my 1 long piece about 1 inch shorter because I want you guys to see what it's like to cut through the weft. I was a bit nervous about it at first, but it doesn't unravel at all. So separate the hairs where you wanna make the cut and take your scissors and cut. That's it, pretty easy. Here's what we've shaved off. It's inevitable that you're gonna lose just a few hairs, but it's not gonna unravel, so don't worry. Then you're gonna take the rest of the weft and you're gonna lay the piece that you just cut right on top of it and use it as a guide or use it to measure where you're gonna make your next cut. Line it up, separate the hairs, and cut. And now you've got your 2 rows of hair that you're gonna sew to the clips. Yay! So we're gonna use these 4 clips, the same old ones from before. We're gonna put one there, one there and there. And you want to make sure that the first clip that you put in is all the way at the edge, and make sure they're all facing the right direction. I already threaded the needle like a boss. I spared you having to watch that. You're welcome. So starting at the very edge of the weft, take the needle through the thick part of the weft, and you're going to make your first stitch in the small lower hole of the clip. And just go around and through a few times until it feels secure, and then when you're ready, tie a little knot and cut it off. And that's it. One side down, it looks just like this. And now I'm just going to sew this little hole right here on the weft. Hold it really taut and just repeat. I'm going to do the same thing you did on the other side. Just take it around and through again, and just make sure that it's actually going through the thick part of the weft. Alright, so it feels pretty secure. Here's this little piece from earlier. Just going to knot it off, and that's it. Nothing fancy. Pretty easy. So now we got the first clip sewn on the first bottom layer. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Rinse, lather, and repeat, right? Put a stitch in the very far edge where you made your cut and sew the little clip on to the far edge. Alright, so we've sewn on 2 clips here, and now we're going to sew on 2 more here, and for the sake of time, I'll take care of that and meet you when I'm done. Done! Ta-da! We got 4 clips on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just as a quick reminder, make sure that the pieces on the end are sewn right at the edge. If you don't do that, it's just going to be flopping around on your head. Coming up next, we're going to sew the next layer of extensions to these other 2 little holes in the back of the clips. Fortunately for me, the clips that I bought have 4 little holes. I don't know what to tell if yours don't, but the ones that I did. So you're basically going to do the exact same thing you did before. Line it up and just stitch that far edge to the top of the clip and work from one end all the way to the other, just like you did before. And in case you didn't already get the memo, these are over 5 years old and still trucking along. They've been working out really well. I've used them on a lot of different sets and different projects, and they've been jerked around quite a bit, and they're still holding strong. So I really feel confident in their construction, and because of that, I really feel confident that you can feel confident that the way I put these together will work for you too. So give it a go, don't be scared, make them, and let me know how it works out for you. I'm excited. Alright, so now this first bit is completely done. Here's where it would snap onto your head. See? So now you're just going to do the exact same thing for the rest of the clips. Be sure to pull it taut so that you know that it'll lay flat on your head. Oh, and I've also seen people glue the hair to the clips in lieu of sewing. That's not my thing. I know it might be easier and save you time at first, but it's not going to last very long. You're going to just end up spending more time repairing and re-gluing everything. Hopefully, you're investing in a quality weft, so make them right. But if it's just for some random Halloween costume, then you can use glue. And when you buy a brand new weft, you might notice that it's pretty shiny, almost too shiny. Chances are your hair ain't that shiny. Little tip, after you're done making the extensions, give them a quick shampoo and condition, and that fake hair shine thing will go away, and it'll blend really nicely with your natural hair. And just as a heads up, in a separate video I'm showing you guys how to wash these, how to take care of them, style them, really just how to maintain them so that they'll last you as long as they've lasted me. I've also got other videos on how to dye them and put them in, so if any of that interests you, be sure to check them out. The links are all listed below in the description box. Okay, so now as you can see, we have sewn all of the clips on, and it looks brand new, it looks secure, it is secure, and you could be done now if you wanted, but I'm going to show you an extra secret tip that I love.
So what I like to do, just for a little bit of extra security, because I like to wear these hard. If you don't believe me, look up CSI New York, Season 8, Episode 3. If you saw it, you would understand.
So for extra security and strength, I run the needle and thread through the little teeth on the back side of the clip and just stitch it to the weft, and then I'll just knot it. This helps give the extensions a bit more strength and longevity. Again, this last step is totally optional. The construction of these is really secure, so if you just want to be done, do that. This is just what I like to do. Alright, all done. Looks nice. Good luck making your own extensions. You can do it. And be sure to check out the other videos in this series. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'm sure other people are thinking of the same questions, and I'll try to answer them, and then I'll fill in the description box accordingly. And I don't claim to be an expert on these things. I'm an actor. I am not a hairdresser, but I had to do things on my own and figure it out along the way. And these extensions, they've lasted me like 5 years. Like, I'm not kidding you, 5 years. That's a long ass time. I hope that that gives you the confidence to take these tips and try it yourself, because if it works for me, it'll probably work for you too. And if you are an expert, honestly, leave a comment below and be generous with your knowledge. We would all love that. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up, and if you know anybody that might appreciate this video or enjoy it, share it. Yeah, please feel free to share it and subscribe. Thanks so much.